What's up, everyone? Welcome back. This video was difficult for me to title because I really didn't know exactly how to title this or how to kind of put this together. And what I wanted to do, my goal with this was to kind of talk about some releases that I feel as a fan of these movies got kind of like the golden treatment. I think obviously boutique labels are driving physical media very heavily. We all know that. That's what we do. We collect this stuff. We know that. But I think that there are times when it's very evident that a label was on our side, the fan side, and kind of said like, hey, we're going to cater to that and we're going to really bring you that experience that you want as a diehard fan of this film. And this was kind of brought on by a release that I'll show off in a minute, but I kind of went through my collection and I picked out some things that I felt like were kind of like for the fans, by the fans, really had that respect and that admiration for the film, the property, and the fan base, and what we wanted to see on our end, on the physical media side. And the release that really prompted this for me, prime example of this is the Super Mario Brothers 1994 release from Umbrella on 4K, because this is the 1-up box, so this is not the first edition that they put out. I think that one had a purple box. There were some slight differences, some things missing. I think all of the hardcover books went to softcover, but this is a release to me that's incredible to behold, because this movie, like, it doesn't seem like the type of movie that deserves this role of a treatment. I mean, look how thick this thing is. Like, if I can look at this thing is massive. There are films that changed the scope of cinema forever that we don't have this type of treatment for on physical media yet. Umbrella Entertainment out of Australia, they're doing it, and they did it, right? I have it here in my hand. And this is incredible. Like, if you are a fan of this movie like my wife is, a diehard, this is kind of like you can't wish for anything more. 4K is, I think, the one of the final formats that we're going to get on physical media anyway. In here we have scripts. There's a behind the scenes book. The book in here is so in depth and so large that if they were to package that separate and put it in Barnes & Noble, we would probably have gone to the store and bought it and paid extra money for it. And these premium editions are incredible. Umbrella is doing this consistently with everything that they're putting out, basically. Giving this royal treatment. This is for the fans, for the diehards, for my wife, for people like her, which is incredible to have. It's just incredible to look at and to behold, and to think that this kind of a treatment goes to a movie like this. But I have another example along with that Umbrella order. George Romero's Monkey Shines. This is more of the standard fare when it comes to Umbrella. It's the smaller box deluxe set, but in these sets we get either the Blu-ray to 4K, we get a slipcover with different art, and we get a booklet. And the art is always wicked. You know what I mean? It's always super cool. But when I talk about going that extra mile to appease fans and really bring something new to the table, I was kind of flipping through this the other day because I haven't watched this yet, but of course you get the booklet, which is always cool. I love these. But something I found in here that was awesome, I'm looking at production notes, I'm like, man, this is super cool. Like, if you're a fan of this movie, I don't know what else you could ask for. But we have an interview. I'm just scrolling through this, looking. This is super cool. Going through. Where's it at? Oh, I missed the title page for it. So in here, I stop at this really interesting article in here. This is the history of Orion Pictures horror. That's rounding out the last, 12 pages of this book. I had no idea this was going to be in here. And you might be like, why is that cool? It's just cool. Like, as a fan of horror, I grew up watching a ton of the Orion Pictures horror stuff. This is an extra mile they didn't have to go to. This book could have been cut off right here. Keep the production notes, keep the interviews, But me and fans, people like me who are going to cherish this in a physical format, love that extra edition, that extra mile, that extra just a little bit. And for somebody like me who's always starved for more information, Umbrella is, I would probably say, currently one of the best in the game. I mean, just no doubt about that. No doubt at all. And studio releases are even kind of leaning into this in a way. And I guess you could technically call Neon more of a studio, but their release this year of Oldboy on 4K. I mean, this is a movie that was in very high demand. The fans really, really deserved a nice new treatment of this film. I love Oldboy. I fall into that fan base. We deserved a wonderful treatment of Oldboy on 4K. We did have the amazing Arrow set with the trilogy. That was years ago. It was a Region B thing. We, as a fan base, were like, hey, we deserve something cool. Neon's like, we're going to put that out. You could have slapped this together on a 4K, regular 4K Amaray case, 4K slipcover. We would have been happy, but no. We get this crazy, I don't even know what fabric this is, fabric-bound edition that pays so much respect to not only us as a fan base, but respect to the filmmaker. With this here on the back, if that'll focus, it's like a little signature. Oh, it's focusing on everything else except me. So, oh, there we go. With the signature on the back, cool photo cards, and then you have a digibook pack. That's beautiful, by the way. Absolutely stunning. Cool little booklet in here. It just, like, I don't think I, as a fan of Oldboy, could ask for anything else. I mean, would it be nice to get, like, a Arrow Deluxe treatment? Yeah. Like, would it be nice to get that an Umbrella treatment in it? Absolutely. Did we get that? No. And Neon still showed up and dropped some quality with this release. And this is already, I've watched multiple top 4K of the year lists. This is already on there. So no doubt this is going to fall into the top of the total year. This disc here. Oldboy. Incredible release from Neon. Going back into boutique labels for a couple others. When you think of giving that glamorous treatment, I know that my brain goes right to Second Sight Films. They do incredible work. Their 4K of The Hitcher that's coming is probably one of the most looked forward to releases of the year by collectors. I'm looking forward to it. Many others are looking forward to it. And they've done a wonderful job along the way of keeping people informed on the process. People were looking for it. But I could have every Second Sight title here and like show you this is what we deserve. We got more than we bargained for. But I have two in particular. One of them being Romero's Dawn of the Dead, this big set. Here in the US, which this technically isn't even a US release, all we wanted was a good restoration. That's what we were asking for. The Blu-ray was really hard to find. I know I held on to my original Dawn of the Dead DVD Ultimate Edition that contained the various cuts. I held on to that for a long time. And then Second Sight announced Dawn of the Dead because the UK rights are in a very different place than the US rights. And luckily 4K natively is region free, so we were able to get our hands on this. But they could have slapped this together, gave us a beautiful restoration, and called it a day, which they did with the standard edition. But they went even further with the limited edition and gave us not only the novelization, which we already have in a standalone, but this one with the art to match the rest of the Second Sight set. But also I don't even know how big this is. This is a big book on write-ups and articles and deep dives. Let me see how many. I wonder if there's the contents here are insane. There's so much here. If there's anything more that you would ask for as a Dawn of the Dead fan, I don't know. I don't know what else to give. And then you have 1, 2, 3 soundtrack CDs in this. We have the original Goblin soundtrack, and then the 2 discs of the library soundtrack. I mean, I don't know what more, as a diehard fan of this film, I could ask for? Posters? I'm not going to hang them up, probably. Art cards? Just take up more space. This is incredible. This is everything I could have wanted, and fans were so happy to have this. This is still very, very much a sought-after set. Yeah, yes, you can get your hands on the standard edition, but this is the one that people are looking for. And then let's talk about a newer release. Mine has a little bit of damage because I bought this at the Diabolic DVD booth at Monster Mania. This was a damaged set after this had already spiked in value, so I took it. Their release of Drive. This was... Everybody was talking about Drive in 4K forever, and the second site said, we're going to do it. We're going to put it out. And then we're not only going to put it out in a nice standard edition, which we did get eventually, but we're going to treat it like the incredible film it is, and we're going to give this massive box set. Same idea with the Dawn of the Dead set. So in here we have... Now this one came with art cards, or lobby cards, but no soundtracks. So this thing is so dense, I can't even really pull things out of it. There we go. So inside of this set, you get the novel. Again, awesome to have. Didn't even know this was based on a novel. And then another super thick book of write-ups. I mean, I don't know what else to give you. Like, the contents in this are insane. 236 pages, man. I've read novels that aren't that long. It's crazy. You know, and this 4K is beautiful. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Great bonus features. There's an incredible conversation on here with... It's Nicholas Winding Refn, the director. It's Cliff Martinez. And then... There's somebody else, I'm blanking on the name. But it's a wonderful conversation that you can just throw on while doing chores around the house and just learn so much about the making of this film. And now in the US we're getting a 4K steelbook, which is awesome. You know, that's great to have. It has a really cool aesthetic, but this set blows it away. This is way more than I could ever ask for as a collector, right? Way more than I could ever... more than I ever thought that we would get, maybe. This is sort of that quintessential thing. This is like a dream to have this kind of a treatment on a movie that you love. It's incredible, and Second Sight just knocks it out of the park over and over and over again, much like your Umbrella Entertainment. They just knock it out over and over again. And I think this video series is kind of going to turn into multiple parts because there are tons of examples of this spread across many boutique labels, spread across some more, even more studio stuff. But studios over the last couple of years have kind of dabbled in this a little bit. Lionsgate has done it multiple times with the anniversary release of House of a Thousand Corpses, or their Walmart exclusive release of John Wick 4 on 4K. They can see when they license out their titles to boutique labels that these are selling really well. People want them. They want that treatment. And I feel like when boutique labels attempt to give that, there's always a little bit of like, it feels like they're just kind of copying. You know, they're just kind of copying for the sake of like, well, we'll put something out to attract to that market. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But one line that did super well in that aspect was the Universal Essentials collections. And I think there's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these. And these were really cheap. I got both of these for $25 around. I got them from Groove. One of them being Schindler's List, which was an upgrade for me anyway to 4K. And these, you have the, you know, hardbound box. Beautiful art. They look great. You slide this out. And cool stuff. I mean, you're just getting the 4K disc that's available anywhere. That's what you're getting with it. But let's add in a little bit extra, jazz it up a little bit. And here you're getting art cards or photo cards that they're giving you. That's a cool addition. I'll take those. These are numbered, so you get a certificate of authenticity with these releases as well. And I don't know, while I'm talking about these, if these are still available or not. I know they were available for a long time. You get a little book with some write-ups. Super cool. I'll take that. That's awesome. But I think the thing that was even cooler with these, everything's falling out, and I'm losing everything, was these frame reproductions that you get. This is the one for Schindler's List. This is a frame replica. And same with, I only have 2 of these, but with Jurassic Park. And we did get new artwork for Jurassic Park. And same idea here. You have the 4K, which is the same 4K that you can walk into a Walmart or go on Amazon and purchase. You have, oh, this one's a mess. I tore through this one. A little book, just cool little facts, some illustrations, a did you know. It's cool. It's fine. I enjoy that. You have these cool art cards, which these I really like. They're kind of like postcard styles. Cool back art. That's cool. I'll take those. Again, certificate of authenticity. I think I have a lower number for this one. No, I don't. Never mind. 4,500. That's cool. I'll take that. That's awesome. And then again, for my favorite movie of all time, a cell replica, a frame replica. I'll take this all day. This is super cool, especially with the 30th anniversary badge there on the bottom. And this is, you can't look at this and say that, the boutique style did not have an influence on this. This is cool. And it's really awesome to see studios dabbling in it and kind of playing around with if it works, if it doesn't. I think a lot of times they're better off just licensing it out and letting a label that they know, will give it a wonderful treatment. Let them do it. A lot of times people will upgrade studio to boutique stuff. I know a lot of times I will. But these are just a couple examples of times when I know I feel greatly appreciated as a collector. I feel like things were made to cater to the fan in me or to the fan in you, making these purchases and spending the money, because that's what we do. We spend our money very, very graciously. And it's just awesome to see so many great examples of when boutique labels just get it right and give us ultimately what will be the final release we will ever need, unless something crazy comes along and really knocks it out of the park. In a lot of these cases, I'll never really have to upgrade from here, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So let me know down below what your favorite label is, or what your favorite release is from any company that felt like it was made by fans, by people who relate like you. They put that love and that effort in. Shoot that down in the comments below. Make sure you follow me over on Instagram. That's Beardedfilmguy. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you all later.